So you want to put some bigger tires on your 2004 to 2008 Ford F-150, but you're not entirely sure what's going to fit. You tried to go online to figure it out, but there's so much conflicting information out there with some people saying this will work, some people are saying that this won't work. Don't worry guys, I am here to give it to you guys straight. I have my 2006 Ford F-150 for 5 years and I ran multiple different size tire and wheel setups as well as adding in a leveling kit eventually on the truck. I'm here to give it to you guys straight.
It's time to get to work. Get to work, boys.
Before we get too far into it, I want you guys to leave in the comments down below right now, what size wheel and tire setup are you guys running right now? Are you running a leveling kit? Is it stock or is it lifted? This video will be in 3 different segments. What will fit if you're leaving your truck stock, what will fit if you're leveling your truck, and what will fit if you're lifting your truck. Starting off with if you're leaving your truck stock, obviously you're already coming with about a high 31.8, 32 inch tire on the truck, so obviously those will fit. I'm here to tell you I ran a 275/70 R18 wheel and tire setup on my 2006 Ford F-150, which comes out to be a 33 inch tire. I put that on without any leveling kit and there was no rubbing whatsoever, going forward and going in reverse at full lock. No trimming was required and there was no rubbing at all. After I got tired of that setup, I went ahead and jacked it up to, I believe, a 305/75 R18 or a 305/70 R18, whatever winds up being a 35 inch tire. And there was a lot of rubbing, and this was without any leveling kit whatsoever. So it was doable and you could make slight turns, but I mean, you couldn't get the wheel turned that much before the rubbing started. So if you're leaving your truck stock, 33 inch tires are about as big as you can go without having to do something like either leveling the truck or getting underneath and doing some trimming to allow the tires to spin fully without rubbing. So moving on to if you're going to level the truck out, I recommend doing either a 2 to a 2.5 inch leveling kit. Anything higher and you're going to have to change out the upper control arms, and which at that point you might as well just go ahead and buy a full-on lift kit. So the 2 to 2.5 inch is definitely the best sweet spot in my opinion, and those will allow you to run a 33 inch tire with no rubbing whatsoever. And if you guys do decide to go ahead and level it, I recommend that you don't do that unless you're already planning on upgrading your tire size. If you level the truck out and you leave the stock wheels and tires on the truck, it's gonna look silly. It's honestly gonna look like your truck skip leg day. You're gonna look like one of those memes, driving down the road where you've got this nice big truck and then these like teeny tiny little wheels on it. It's just gonna look silly. That being said, a 33 inch tire will fit perfectly with the 2 or 2.5 inch leveling kit with no rubbing whatsoever. Again, going back to personal experience, I experienced no rubbing whatsoever. I ran a 18 inch by 12.5 wide wheel setup with a 33 inch tire, no rubbing whatsoever. I eventually, while using the 2.5 inch leveling kit, went up to a 35 inch tire and only had to do, guys, when I say like there was trimming required, but when I say like slight trimming, I probably took off maybe like this much plastic, like not more than a couple inches of plastic, and then I was able to fully turn my steering wheel all the way, going forward and going in reverse with no rubbing whatsoever. So 2 to a 2.5 inch leveling kit for 04 to 08 F-150, you will be able to run 35 inch tires with some minor trimming. And lastly, if you're planning on just lifting your truck, the sky's the limit. You're lifting your truck. You can put 37s on if you want. You can put 42s on if you want. It all just depends on the size of the lift kit that you're going for. Most people tend to go for either the 4 or the 6 inch leveling kit. And if you're going with those, then you need to plan on going at least a 35 inch tire. If you go to a 6 inch lift and you're running a 33 inch tire, similar to how we talked about earlier with leveling your truck and leaving the stock wheels and tires on it, it's just going to look too small. It's just going to look silly. If you're spending that money to lift the truck anyways, just go ahead and complete the whole process and get the 35 or 37 inch tires. So to summarize everything, if you're leaving your truck stock, you can get away with a 33 inch tire and you'll be fine. If you're leveling it out, you can get away with a 33 inch tire and a 35 inch tire with teeny tiny bits of trimming required. And if you're lifting your truck, obviously, like I've already said, the sky's the limit. So here's my disclaimer on all this. All of this is from my personal experience from driving a 2006 F-150 four-wheel drive for about 5 or 6 years. So this is all stuff that I've encountered for myself that I know that I can truthfully pass along to you guys, knowing that it is fact, because it did in fact work for me. Do you guys have any opinions? Do you guys have any thoughts? Did I miss something? Do you guys think that there was something that should have been in the video that wasn't? Leave in the comments below. Let's get a really good, positive, nice, everyone, remain calm, but get a good positive discussion going on this topic. Maybe you can, maybe something that that you'll leave in the comments will help somebody else out there who's reading this for the first time, because they don't really know much about the subject. So leave it in the comments below, and I really appreciate all you guys for tuning in. We just passed 5,700 subscribers, which is just insane to think that 6,000 subscribers is right around the corner. I cannot wait. Thank you guys so much for your support, and we'll see you guys on the next video.